Hey y'all, welcome back to Homestead Ranch. I'm in my kitchen this morning. I've got a cup of coffee. Let's talk. Let's do an update. So yes, the name change. I went on and changed it back to Homestead Ranch. I got notified yesterday by a subscriber that there really is a second chance ranch in the Midwest. I had no clue that it really is a thing for children, blah, blah, blah. So I just went on back and did Homestead Ranch. Until further notice, that's the name of the channel. So I thought Second Chance Ranch was cute, but I had no idea that there really was one that existed somewhere. But it makes sense. I mean, Second Chance Ranch, it appears to be common. But anyway, so that's why I changed the name back. And it was hard anyways, saying Second Chance Ranch. I'm so used to Homestead Ranch after all these years and all that. So welcome back to the channel. Quick update. I've got several things to tell you guys. If you hear something chirping, I have a chick in the kitchen that's hatching. You may have seen that video this morning. I'm having trouble with videos uploading again. So we're doing the best we can, guys. Belle's doing good. All 9 pups are doing great. I was worried last night when the lows got to 44. It was very cold this morning. I'm in this jacket. It's gonna be a late spring. Okay, it seems like it's either burning up hot. We were almost 90 last week, or we were 90, and now we're back to the 40s. So it's just tough. I've had questions about my gardens. I had several questions about this. I even had somebody email me about this. They thought that we didn't move. And I've had several comments about that. We did move. I showed you my older gardens. I'm taking care of both places. And, you know, I get a lot of flack from socially, like, you don't leave the house or you don't go out and do stuff. Well, it's because I'm so busy. I have two places I'm keeping up, and it's tough, guys. It's tough. I've got animals scattered out everywhere. I've got gardens everywhere. So I planted those the other day. This past week, 2 days ago, I planted my pasture garden that y'all have seen me grow corn in. The only place you've seen me grow corn, in that pasture garden, substantially. I've planted corn in a few other raised beds, but that I planted this week. That dirt is horrible. I swear it gets worse every year. I don't know how that's going to work this year. And it was supposed to rain yesterday morning. There was a slight chance. It did not rain. So I don't know now if it'll even come up. I did 4 rows of peaches and cream. This is all by hand too, not using a tractor. Use a tractor to disc it. That's it. Everything else is by hand. This is a maybe 30 by 100 foot garden. It's huge. 4 rows of peaches and cream sweet corn. I did 4 rows of Mississippi pink-eyed purple whole peas, and then I did probably 15 mounds of crimson sweet watermelons. This pasture garden has always been ravaged by deer. I have no electric fence there. I've tried fishing line. I've tried hair, soap, pie tins, urine, everything known to man. They still get in it. The only reason I planted the watermelons is pretty much, I wish they would make, but hopefully it'll be food for the deer so they won't eat the peas and corn. I don't know. Last year, all I planted was corn, and they ate the corn. They ate it, it's little sprouts. So it was not crows, it was deer. You could tell it's just chopped off. So that's just kind of a gamble. I've got one other garden that I'm going to plant that's going to be another just gamble. We don't know if it's going to make it or not. Beneath the house here where I'm living, and then our huge yard garden. That's the one I'm putting my stakes in this year. That and the 2 raised beds that I showed you this weekend. So hopefully we'll get everything planted. I need this to be disced up more here in the yard. It was virgin ground. There was clumps of grass everywhere in it, and there still is. So my husband's got a tiller attachment ordered for the tractor. So hopefully we can get that turned under and plant it. Most of it looks good, but there's one little patch he just didn't want to run the tiller through. So we're waiting on that. And I have a surprise. I ordered Bloody Butcher dent corn, and I'm gonna plant that up here by the house. It's windy up here, so I don't know if it's gonna make it, but we will see, and we will try to do that with you guys. I ordered that from Johnny's Select Seeds. That's where I got that from. And I did a YouTube short asking your guys for help and companies that you use to buy seeds from. So what I'm going to do is use 2 websites that I found that I think will be good, that has the stuff that I want to try here for the South. One is Urban Farmer. It's pretty expensive, but we're going to try it. And the other one, I've never ordered from this place, and I don't know why. is Hoss Tools. I have never ordered from Hoss. I think it's because everybody on YouTube, even people I know personally, do Hoss. I just hadn't, and I thought, well, that's kind of their territory. I'll just stay out of it. But I think I'm going to order it this year and just see if it'll work, because it's Southern seed, Southern adapted stuff. So hopefully it'll do well here for cabbages, broccoli, things of that nature that I need to go on and be starting in like 2 weeks to have out in July as transplants. I know. And for some reason, you'll get every garden planter around and it'll say start indoors 4 weeks before transplanting. Usually it'll be 4 to 8 weeks. 8 is the minimum for me. I don't know why. It may be because I'm not using heat mats. I'm using a sunny window, south-facing window all day long that gets sun. So I don't know. I've just never had extreme rapid growth indoors for seed starting. So it always takes me a while longer to do it. It may be because in the wintertime I keep my house at 62. In the summer, it'll be hot. Guys, the best thing I've done for this house is ceiling fans in every room. Some already had them. Some I switched out lights completely just to have a ceiling fan, just to circulate air so I don't have to run the air conditioning as much, just to save money. And I like fresh air. That's just me. But anyways, that may have something to do with the transplants. I don't know. And seed starting. So that's that. I'm trying to think what else. So I'm going to order that stuff, and I'll show you what I'm ordering. I'm waiting on the Bloody Butcher corn, and I'm trying to think, guys. I've got so much going on. Today, I'm probably going to work on my landscape gardening. I'm still doing that y'all saw me do last year, and all these poor man's raised beds where I built them from the ground. I cut down trees with my little Saker mini chainsaw, something I can handle that's electric, battery powered. Lined them with cardboard, put trees all in it, chopped up, limbs, twigs, leaves, mulch, and then topped it off with topsoil. I'm going to have to add another thin layer of topsoil on top because it's just leaves right now. You could plant in straight leaves, I believe, if you've got a little mulch in there. I did last year. I just want to do better. Also, I showed you guys this that I grew in the landscape beds the other day. This is my blue Hopi corn. And I said, I'm going to keep it. You know, it's kind of Southwestern themed, and I've got a navy blue wall. Let me tell you, I had so much going on last year. It's like, duh. This corn I grew beside the green Ahoa can. It looks like Oxacan, okay? Or Oaxacan corn that you see. I got it from Baker Creek or M.I. Gardner. I can't remember. Both of these, I don't think the green, I never had anything, but it did tassel. I wanted to get a bicolored blue and green corn. Well, I got the blue. I don't know if this will end up being blue or blue and green if I plant this seed, but I'm going to plant this seed because I forgot completely that I did this experiment. And there was glass gem corn near this too that did produce slightly, okay? I had Indian corn on the other side of the yard that did wonderfully. We're told you need to plant this in blocks or either long rows to improve germination. I had 5 stalks all by themselves that did beautifully of the Indian corn. I've got that on my mantle somewhere at the other place, okay? So it does fine. It really, now I would not advise it just because there's so much flack, but it will do. So I'm going to plant this and see what we get off of this. I don't know why, it just flew my mind. I've had so much on my plate. And like I said, guys, taking care of 2 places and all these gardens and all these animals and everything else has been tough in the middle of renovating. I am so busy, and then trying to do YouTube. Let me talk about YouTube for a second. So our channel is growing. It's doing well. I have no qualms with it. People will get on here and overnight they'll have like 50,000 subscribers. And I've always wondered, like, what are we doing wrong? What is not appropriate? Because to me, it feels good if you get 11 to 20 people a day, new subscribers. And that's what we have. That's what we're averaging. And the money, guys, I'm very impressed. We're making several hundred a month right now. I mean, as small as we are. So everybody that's big that's saying they're not making a lot, I don't know, okay? It seems to be very well. But I've been getting emails from people, and they seem legit. I don't know. But they're sending me emails saying that they can change my channel, make my channel improve, and boost up subscribers and numbers suddenly. Well, I've looked up several of these people. I'm getting like multiple sources, and no one can verify it. And then, you know, I wonder, like, is this legitimate? So I don't know, they say it is, but I'm not going to participate in that. Okay, so our channel may be small for a long time. I don't know, but I feel like the people that's here are real, you know, actual humans, and it's not just running up numbers. So I'm proud of what we've done together. And like I say, this is y'all's channel, not mine. I wouldn't be here on this if it wasn't for you guys. Y'all have kept pressing and you seem so interested, and you know, I'm here for you guys. Okay. So, you know, it makes you wonder the validity of a lot of channels on here. I don't know, maybe we're just not popular. I don't know. I feel like we're doing good though. So I think we'll keep growing and keep doing. If you look at the trends, last year when I first got monetized, everything spiked. Like I had several videos that hit thousands of views overnight, like how to preserve squash, and then we just tanked. And then I stopped for the summer. Then I started picking back up around Christmas without posting anything, and it was trending up just a little bit. And ever since I've come back, it's just an uphill, like doing good, take off. So with watch hours, with subscribers, monetization, blah, blah, blah. So what I ask of you guys, I just hit myself in the face. So what I ask of you guys, if you're here, I thank you very much. I thank you for liking the videos. Thank you for commenting, because every time you do that, it puts it in a different algorithm. And what it does is multiply the channel. That's all it does. It makes it more seen. It gets more, you know, interaction. So the more activity on every video, or the whole channel as a whole, the more it gets noticed, and the more YouTube starts throwing it out as a recommendation for somebody to watch. That's why the big dogs, the top channels, get recommended so many times, because they're getting so many views. And the smaller ones, it's hard to find or sift through. And there's, you know, these small channels that do homesteading, it's a dime a dozen. Everybody does it, including me, and I'm nothing, okay? But I think we're great to be at almost 6,000 subscribers, especially with me leaving the channel several times. I think we're doing well, okay? And the monetization, it just keeps going up. The more, obviously, the more money that I bring home each month, the more that I'll be able to do and show you guys because I'm just using that money for the channel, pretty much. I'm not doing editing, really. I've got a free app on my phone. I'm not doing all this I can't use a computer here because I don't have Wi-Fi, and I can't run off my hotspot. My hotspot doesn't work on my phone. So everything you see is off of a free iPhone video editor. That's it. And I just film off my phone. The only thing I ask of you guys is, if you'd like to see it grow, just keep doing what you're doing. Like, share, subscribe. You're already subscribed. Just keep recommending the channel and posting it and watching the videos. Believe it or not, just watching any video, whether it be an older one or a new one, letting it play in the background while you're doing something, that helps, because it runs up the time and the views. And the more views, the more people you get brought to your channel. And I feel like we've got good stuff, because I'm answering questions that you guys have. So every video that I do, most of the time, is a special request that I get. So I feel like it's not just one in a million that has a question. I feel like a lot of people have these questions, like how to hatch chicks, how to grow corn, things like that. And this year I'm doing that different. I'm going to show you guys everything I've planted, the whole process. And what I'm going to do is do a whole, like, how to grow cucumbers, how to grow corn. I've done corn, how to grow tomatoes. I've done hit and miss videos and garden tours. I'm not big on the garden tour because it takes so long to go through all these gardens and show you guys this, and I'll still show it, but I think I'm going to be more vegetable specific this year, how to do cucumbers, and just follow that along and show you the entire time what we're doing and how it's doing and what I use and what I do. I may talk about methods in gardening like I have before, like tomato blight. Hopefully we won't have that as bad this year, because my tomatoes, the bulk of them, are going to be at the new place here. So blight's airborne, so it doesn't matter, guys. It really doesn't matter. So anyways, hopefully I won't have to battle that as bad. But I think y'all will enjoy seeing the new gardens, the new techniques that I'm doing. I'm just doing traditional gardening, but still it's going to be different, especially over here at the new location. So I appreciate your support, and I think the channel's doing great, and I've got no qualms. I'm not gonna I'm just going to stick with what we're doing, okay? And just keep rolling. So anyways, that's an update on everything. We're back to Harmon Homestead Ranch. So sorry about that again, changing the name to, I had no clue that was a real place. And that's all I can think of, guys. I'm going to talk to you today about tomato plants and whether, let me get it out correctly. This is where no editing comes in. Do you really have to upplant those before transplanting them outside if you start them from seed? So we're going to talk about that today, and got a few more things coming out. All right, we'll see you next time on Harmon Homestead Ranch. Thank you for all you have done.